Welcome to County Conversations. I'm your host, Deborah Taylor, and today we have a special show for you. This last fall, something happened in the state of Virginia that had never happened before. 3 special and dedicated Central High School students swept the State Star Awards for the FFA. We recognize what an extraordinary feat this was. County Conversations caught up with these state stars, and this is what they had to say.
I live in Woodstock, Virginia. Just outside of the town, we have a small farm. Me and my brother really got us back into farming, and our parents backed us up the whole way, and that's how we really got into farming, was me and my brother wanted to push for that. I got a steer when I was about 9 years old, and he was about 4 at the time, so he got his first heifer then. And after getting those 2 animals, we just kind of sprung from there, and we're up to 8 cows now, and we got some chickens and pigs, and just really grown since then.
Life in the FFA for me was always very busy. I kept myself very busy when I wasn't at a contest or doing homework. I was taking care of my beef cattle farm. It's just a little farm. We have 13 cows, but it keeps me busy. Every day I go down there and I check my cows, check them for pink eye, check them to see if they have foot rot, anything like that, just to make sure my cattle are healthy and happy and producing well.
I grew up on a dairy farm, French Brothers Dairy here in Woodstock. I've watched my father run a dairy. It's what I grew up on. It's what I know best.
I found out about the FFA through my parents and my grandparents and aunt and uncles. All of them had been in some way, shape, or form involved with the FFA, and it seemed like a really great opportunity to take. So when I became a freshman in high school, I decided to take my very first ag class, and ever since then I've been an FFA member ever since.
I joined FFA in the 6th grade. I'd watched my brother go through it. I'd watched my sister go through it. Going in, my first agriculture teacher in Peter Muhlenberg was Randy Ward, who passed away a couple of years ago. And he just kind of set me off into the FFA in the right direction. Just doing contests, knowing my record books, doing everything I needed to do to be successful in FFA, he helped me out with.
So in 7th grade, I was playing basketball for the Peter Muhlenberg Middle School basketball team, and I took the ag class. My parents were both FFA members and very active in the FFA, so I wanted to be like my parents, I guess you could say, and I joined the FFA, paid my dues, but I was in it, but I really didn't experience it or take the opportunities that were available to me. I stopped playing basketball, and then I just heard the stories that my parents told me about how the opportunities at the FFA, or how they took the opportunities that the FFA had, and it made them the person that they are today. And my parents are very successful people, and I look up to them, so I wanted to be like my parents, so I took the opportunities that the FFA had to offer.
It's important to strive to do your best in FFA because the FFA provides the opportunities that you need to develop yourself as a person and as a leader. And it is known to be about agriculture and about farming, and really it's so much more than that. It makes you such a better person. It gives you skills and characteristics that you really can't find in almost any other organization. So striving to do your best in every opportunity that comes your way in the FFA allows you to just be that better person and allows you to take everything you possibly can from it.
Just because you don't live on a farm and you're not very into agricultural things, you're directly related to agriculture because you eat 3 times a day. So FFA definitely has something for you. The agriculture industry definitely has something for you. It's more than just cows, plows, and sows.
When we come back, we'll learn just what it takes to be a state star in the FFA. You're watching County Conversations.
For 80 years, we have worn the jacket, corduroy blue, emblazoned with the FFA logo. It has been a part of every competition, every convention, every gathering. And over time, it has become more than fabric and thread. The blue jacket has become the unifying cornerstone of our organization. But not everyone can wear the jacket. Not because they don't deserve to, but because they cannot afford to. That's where you come in. When you give the gift of blue, you give a student the chance to wear a piece of history, a part of our unity, the blue jacket. You give the chance to feel the pride that comes with wearing this icon of American tradition, this symbol of our past, our present, and our future. To learn more or to make a donation, visit ffa.org/giveblue and help every member wear the FFA blue jacket and wear it well.
Welcome back. We've been learning about the exceptional young people in the local FFA that swept the state stars in 2014. Now, let's find out just what it takes.
So my senior year, I did the food science contest. It was my last ride to get to national convention. And the team was my sister, Emily Dysert, myself, John Robert Helsley, and Garrett Coffey. And we competed at Virginia Tech. I believe it was in late September or early October. And it's a really fun contest. Like, we go in and we get to eat food. We do triangle taste tests where 2 of the products are the same out of the 3 and one's different. We have to be able to tell which one's different by tasting it or smelling it or looking at it. And then we take a test on the food industry and we come up with a team problem. We make our own product, we do our own nutrition label, and then we present it to a panel of judges who act as if they're like Kraft Foods or someone like that, and they tell us whether or not they want to join us in our partnership.
Well, just recently we went to the Virginia State Convention, the Virginia FFA State Convention, and there we participated in star categories.
To be a star in the state of Virginia, you have to have a background in whatever your category was. And for me, mine was agri-science. So for my high school career, I completed 4 different agri-science experiments, and that made me eligible for the agri-science star. So in order to be a star in agri-science or a star in anything, there's an application process. And what this application is, it's a lot of questions, some of like really general, like what's your name, what's your address, and then the questions get harder and they require a lot more detail. So for me, I had to write about each individual experiment. I had to explain what I learned and how this is benefiting me beyond the laboratory or beyond the field. And more importantly, the application taught me how to write. It was a lot of essays, a lot of work.
They then look at all of what you've done, what you've learned, and what you've been able to accomplish, and based on that is how you receive your award.
We were in our own category, Thomas, Garrett, and I. So Garrett was the star farmer, Thomas was the star in placement, I was a star in agri-science, and we were not competing against each other at all, which is the way we wanted it.
So the fact that Central FFA swept all the state stars this year is so phenomenal because no other school in Virginia FFA history has swept those categories. And for us to do it this year with the group that I came with, we've been tight-knit since freshman year, and the fact that we did it together was awesome.
The thing that surprised me most, or shocked me the most about the food science and the food science industry, is the amount of chemistry that's behind the nutritional label and the amount of math. It's just not your easy thing to do. It's a lot of science and a lot of thinking behind your nutritional label.
I found a home in FFA after middle school and high school. The group of friends I made with FFA are like no other. I wouldn't trade the group of friends I have in FFA for anything else, and that's part of the reason FFA is so big in this country, is because you find a group of people that you fit in with and they're there forever. You'll never lose that group of friends. It kept me busy throughout high school. I was at a different contest every week. I had to keep my record book in order so that I could get awards and keep being successful. And then just the group of friends, we weren't the type to go out and party on the weekends or that sort of thing. We were the type that we hung out at someone's house and just hung out and talked.
I am very grateful that my family and my advisors supported me all the way. They are truly the reason why I was as successful as I have been.
The people that helped me most in FFA were Mr. Dana Fisher and Miss Sherry Heichman. They were my 2 FFA advisors. Mr. Fisher helped me out throughout high school by giving me some advice and support. Miss Heichman was kind of my driving force. She made sure I had things done on time. She made things were correct. and she helped me understand what I had to do to be the best.
The hardest thing about FFA, well, I enjoy it so much, I don't know if I'd say anything that's super hard, but the amount of dedication it takes and everything you have to put forth to be as good of an FFA member as you can be is probably one of the harder things to do. It does take a lot of time and effort, and that's probably what FFA asks most of you, is that.
FFA has definitely prepared me to be a large animal veterinarian and for college. So I'm not just your normal student at high school. I have another class that I'm taking. I'm doing more contests. I'm getting out, meeting people in the industry. I'm doing public speaking constantly, and that's prepared me for vet school and life in general, just because I'm used to getting out of my comfort zone. I'm used to talking to people, making the connections, and working very hard to achieve my dreams.
I would like to build on my FFA experience in the future.
There's always a contest for everyone in the FFA, whether it's public speaking, dairy judging, livestock judging, or even scrapbooking, there's a contest for you.
I would like to support National FFA in any way I possibly can in the future.
I would go back and do it all again. I have no regrets.
Thank you, Garrett, Lacey, and Thomas. We are very proud of you and your contribution to the local FFA. Shenandoah County is one of the premier counties in America for FFA achievement, and County Conversations salutes you. You've been watching the County Conversations interviews with the 2014 State Stars for the FFA. I think they're pretty amazing, and we hope you do too. Thank you for watching County Conversations. I'm Deborah Taylor, and I'll see you next time.